Alrighty, good night or good evening. This is March 20, I don't know what it is, March something, third week of West Coast Swing. So what we covered tonight was we refreshed our sugar push, our left side pass, our right side pass, and then we added on the whip. So the main difference between the whip, which was our new move, and the other moves we reviewed, is we went from a 6-count pattern to an 8-count pattern. So all we're doing in the 8-count pattern is we're adding a slow between our two triple steps. So our basic pattern for the sugar push, left side pass, and right side pass was we had the lead starting on the right, follow starting on the left, and we're going step, step, quick, step, quick, step. And if we know where the triple steps are, the triple step is that quick step, or triple step. So once more, that would be step, step, triple step, triple step. And so for the 8-count pattern, we just add that slow between. So it looks like step, step, triple step, 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 triple step. So something we also pointed out is, so when I'm demonstrating this, I'm just kind of picking up my knees to really show which foot is going. But we actually want to think about, instead of having our legs so straight and doing this kind of like, knee-high walk, I really want to make it look smoother. Just like when when you watch a baby learn to walk, right? What they do is they kind of lean forward and they catch themselves. And at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We kind of do a little bit more gracefully. And I really kind of start with my hips rather than my chest, right? My hip moves and then my leg catches, right? What we want to kind of do is give our legs a little bit of spring. And to do that, I'm going to kind of bend at my hip and bend at my knees. Not a lot, I'm still stacked. My head is over my shoulders over my hips, and my hips over my feet. But I have this spring. And what that kind of allows me to do is to keep a level position as I walk, right? So as I'm going backwards and forwards, I can almost like carry a glass of water and not drop that. We talked about the dovetail exercise, kind of think of this as like a sight. I can find something on the wall, try to keep that within my little dovetail sight, and work on moving backwards and work on moving forwards. So what that brings up though with that basic count pattern is that's when we can actually see that hip swing happen. Right, and that's why it's still a West Coast swing dance, because my hips are swinging. So we're kind of slow. I really kind of get these hip swings that happen when I'm able to kind of keep that balance point there. So it kind of looks like slow, quick swing, slow, quick swing, right? Or for the 6-count pattern, slow, quick swing, quick swing, right? Okay, so going into the sugar push. This was our main basic. We talked about holding my hand here. I'm using my middle fingers. We refreshed that tension of, okay, I'm over my heels to create that tension frame, and I'm over my toes to create that compression frame. I talked about thinking of those like a tennis ball, right? So I don't want to let my arm extend all the way. I don't want to let it come all the way behind me, right? Really what I want to do is imagine that I'm kind of, letting that tennis ball open, and I'm letting that tennis ball compress, right? As I go open and close, right? Open and close. And I want to drop it, right? Or send it behind me. So for the sugar push, right, what it's going to look like is 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Key points for footwork is the lead. I'm coming back left, back right, going together, left forward, together, right slightly back. The follow does the mirror of that, so the follow is taking the right foot forward in 1, left foot forward 2, together, right back, together, left slightly back. And so that last triple step we call the anchor step, and that's kind of where we really just make that tension happen. So in this move, we're going from that tension to that compression, right? So I'm at peak tension at the start and at the end of the move, and I'm at peak compression on that 3 and. So again, what that looks like is I'm coming back 1, 2, 3, and fully compressed, 4, 5, and 6. On the left side pass, it's the exact same footwork. That's slow, quick, slow, quick, slow. But I'm just letting my follow pass me on the left side. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Key points to note, the lead is getting out of the follow slot, right? The follow walks on that line. And on 4 is when I establish that anchor. So my hand comes down and we're done moving. The follow just fills out that stretch, right? So we get that classic stretch compression look. So what I want to do here, as a lead, I want to think about pulling a line from my follow's navel straight down this. But I'm doing the same footwork, right? As the lead, I'm going left back, but now I'm going to take my right foot out to the side. So it's a back and a rotate 90 to my left in a counterclockwise direction. I'm now out of the slot, right? The follow comes through, 3, and I did the same together, did my sugar push. Now I did 4 to the sugar push, I just come back into the slot, but I keep my hand where it is. So the follow turns out of that left side pass. 4, and then we both anchor step. 5 and 6. So the follow's footwork, the follow is just coming forward. So the follow goes forward right, forward left, forward right, forward left, and then turns to go back right and anchor step. And we talked about how the follow has some leeway on when they make that turn. So if I want it to look snappy, the follow kind of runs out that rope. So we'll show that, right? So the follow is really going forward and then snaps on step 4, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? She snaps on 4, 5, and 6. The follow also has the freedom to kind of do a crossover step and start that turn early to kind of smooth it out. So that would look like 1, 2, 3, cross, 4, 5, and 6. And that's just kind of the follow styling. The same footwork applies for the right side pass. The difference is we're gonna pass on the right side. So for the leads, again, it's very similar: step, step, triple step, triple step. But this time I'm going to cross my right foot over my left. So I'm going to come back 1, cross right over left. Then I'm going to do my together, together, turning to my right this time because my follow's coming through on the right side. I'm going to step back across the slot 4 and do my anchor step. So what that's going to look like. And the key here is there's an underarm turn when I do this. So I look at my watch to see my wrist. And then the follow's arm comes up straight, just like this. And there's a little window where I can see my follow's face through here. So if I don't do any moves, it's just a counterclockwise turn for the follow. And similarly, I'm just going to kind of let my hand move in my follow's hand, right? Just kind of like I'm scooping peanut butter out of the inside lip of a jar or something, right? So I'm starting here. What it's going to look like is 1, I get out of the slot, 2, right? There's that window, the follow's going to come through. 3, and on 4, I drop my hand, boom. The follow makes that same turn, 5 and 6. I know it looks different, but the follow's footwork is the same as the left side pass. There's no change. So again, that looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. The last one we did was the whip. So the right side pass and left side pass took us from one side to the other. The whip is a full 360. So what it's going to look like will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So again, we know we have those 2 extra steps in, right, for the timing. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. What I'm going to add as key details here is what we call the J hook, which is going to initiate that turn. So I kind of think about it as like I'm drawing a loop-de-loop with my hand, but on a horizontal plane. So it comes here, I do my loop, and it comes back. So if I draw it this way, that's the motion I'm making with my hand. And that's what causes the follow to do that when I turn. So it's a pull straight in 1, loop, 2, and I catch. So just doing the footwork first. What I'm doing this time is it starts like the right side pass for the lead. I come back 1, I'm going to cross 2. I'm going to catch my follow here. I'm going to go together, together, pretty much exactly the same footwork as the right side pass. And now when I come into the slot, I'm going to come in this way, I'm going to straight across 4. Now I'm going to add those 2 slow steps. So I'm going to bring my right to my left 5, my left goes back across the slot 6, and I do that anchor step. For the follow, they're going to come forward 1, they're going to turn 182 to their right, so it's a clockwise turn 180. They go back together, right foot comes forward, they're going to turn somewhere between a full 180 to 3/8 of a turn, right? Back, anchor, step. So we'll do it kind of mirroring each other here without touching, right? So lead comes back 1, follow forward 1. Right foot crosses left 2, follow comes forward and pivots 2. I'm going to go together, together, follow goes back together, together, together. Lead steps across the slot, follow goes forward, step. Lead closes feet, follow turns, step. Then follow steps back as lead steps across the slot, step, and anchor, step. So all together, what that's going to look like. 1, 2, together, together, cross, turn, turn, anchor, step. So we talked about that J hook. The other piece I want to do is on 2 is my right hand comes up to catch the follows back. So what that looks like is 1 cross 2. What I want to see is that my elbow is by my side and that the follow is right in front of me. Because the next 2 steps, the follow goes back together. Back together. I let my arm go out. If I'm already here, or if I'm already extended and then we do that back together, then I have to bend over. So it's important that on 2, my elbow is on my side. So it looks like 1 whip or catch 2, right? Let out. 3 and. At this point, we're at full tension, right? The follow is on their toes. I'm really pulling the follow back down the line. So on 4, I'm going to step across the slot. 4, right? The follow is coming right into me, right? That energy should come straight through me. I'm going to turn 5, send out 6, anchor, step. So some key points for variability here is it shouldn't just be, hey, I'm in tension, right? We do some fancy spinny stuff, right? And I'm in tension again, right? That's not really the move. I want to actually be going through tension and compression throughout this whole movement. So I start in tension, 1 catch 2, right? I'm actually compressing into my follow 2. I'm kind of like, we'll show it this way. I'm squeezing my follow like an accordion. 1 catch 2, right? I am taking this hand and I am pushing it this way, right? But I'm staying with my partner here with my hand. Right? I'm not actually squishing, but I'm thinking about that, right? Then I send out 3 and, now I'm in tension. So just to 3 and, I've gone tension, compression to tension, right? Now I'm going to bring in 4. 4 is, I don't actually want to be static on 4, it's good to learn. But really 4 is a turn, right? I'm coming in 4, we're rotating through 5. 5, I'm in compression again. Same thing I was on 2, right? I'm pushing into my follow to send them down to line 5. Send it out 6, anchor, 7, and we're in that tension again, right? So just to kind of walk through that again, I'm in tension, 1, 2, compression, 3 and tension, 4, 5, compression, 6, tension, 7 and 8. So putting that all together kind of smoothly, I have 1, whip, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And the last thing we talked about was power. So on step 4, I have a choice. As I come across and I straddle that slot, if I come straight across, that's sort of my middle power. If I bring my foot back, I'm going to be kind of low power. If I take my foot forward, that's going to be high power. And what I mean by that is it's going to change how fast that spin is. So I'll do foot back first, right? Kind of like a slow spin. So that's 1 cross 2, 3, and foot back. This kind of keeps me away, so as I do that spin, 5, 6, it's kind of slow. So doing it all together, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If instead I put my foot forward on 4, you'll see there's a little more power coming out of it, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other than that, we talked about that these are the 4 basic moves in all of West Coast Swing. Your sugar push, your left side pass, your right side pass, and your whip. Everything builds on that. All we do from here is we add some counts, we add some pauses, we add some underarm turns and some face loops. So if you go look at the previous lessons, you can find places to add that in. So we didn't do this in class, but something like an example of throwing in the underarm turn we did from the tuck turn on the first week, right, which was 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. We also did the face loop where I had this kind of cross hand hold, right? And so now 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I can add that into my whip, right? So I can do a whip with an arm turn. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'll do here. Or I can do a face loop, right? I'm going to do it this way. Which would look like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? So those are just variations I can put onto play, but I want to show it's still that same basic pattern. I just add those tricks on to make it look fancier. And I believe that was it for tonight. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you very much.